Good afternoon. As executives and leaders of our industry, if you were entering into this business today, would you do anything differently? Would you change anything? If so, what would it look like? Thinking about technology 20 and even 30 years ago, it's hard to imagine that this floppy disk was once at the cutting edge of technology. So if you were entering into the business today, would you use outdated technology like the floppy disk? Or would you use something far more efficient like the cloud? Outdated technology and the tools of yesterday will not help our success for the future. So what does technology of the future look like? As we were looking for that answer, we came across this quote by Warren Buffett. He said, "Games are won by players who focus on the playing field, not by those whose eyes are glued to the scoreboard." We all know that our industry is highly competitive, and it seems like we are constantly hearing news about competition entering into our market. Today, we are here to offer an advantage on that playing field so that we could win at tomorrow's game. But before I go any further, I'm excited to introduce you to Team Automation Evolution. We have Mariah Ely with Albertson Safeway, Mike Mirabella with Ray's Coca-Cola Bottling, Natalie Slater with Rayleigh's, and I am Steve Toscano with Stater Brothers Markets. We are here today to ask that you invest $2.9 million in an automated micro-fulfillment solution that will allow our companies to meet the growing demand of our customers who want quality groceries as quickly as possible. With this technology, our companies will be able to meet the growing demand of shopping online of the future. The demographic makeup of the US is expected to dramatically change throughout the next 10 years. These changes will have a significant shift in consumer spending and the health of the food industry. These demographic changes are no longer problems for future generations to worry about. According to a recent Nielsen study, age and affluence are no longer inhibitors of online shopping. 41% of boomers, 55% of Gen X, and 61% of millennials have all purchased groceries online throughout the past year. In addition, over half of these same consumers have said that they would prefer to purchase their groceries through a local online retailer as opposed to an app like Amazon. Now, I don't know about you, but this makes me pretty excited. But more than anything, it should motivate us to ensure that we have the adequate infrastructure to support the growth of online shopping. Tomorrow, just not fast enough anymore. The technology sector of the retail industry has been one of the most important areas of focus for cost savings, efficiencies, and customer experience. These technologies will allow us to go further than what we ever believed. While millennials originally received all the credit for disrupting just about every sector of the retail industry, we would be making a huge mistake if we ignored the other generations. Recent studies have shown that the other generations are catching on fast, and we need to consider where we are within our companies and if we're ready for that growth. Today, we are here to discuss why it's necessary to support the growth of online shopping, what our fulfillment solution looks like, and how we will all benefit from it. And now Natalie will review the growth of online shopping in our industry.
So what's happening in our industry today? As retailers, we all try to grow and adapt with the changing needs and the changes in the technological needs. However, the technology of 5 years ago, and for that matter, the technology of a year ago, is outdated and will not help prepare us for the e-commerce growth that's headed our way. In 2017 alone, the e-commerce industry posted $452 billion in sales. Now let's think about the past 2 years and what grocery e-commerce has been like. In a recent study conducted by Nielsen, it showed us that in 2017, $14 billion passed through the grocery e-commerce channel. And that number is projected to grow above $30 billion by 2021. An additional $4 billion plus in sales every year coming through grocery e-commerce. Are we ready for that to come through our grocery channel? And in fact, 9% of total store sales in 2017 came from grocery e-commerce. That number is projected to grow above 13% by 2021 and above 20% by 2025. 20% of total store sales. I'm imagining that you all have numbers floating around in your heads right now, and you're saying to yourself that you want, no, that you need to be a part of that number. Massive numbers like these are putting massive pressure on our industry to stay competitive and be profitable, to find ways to reduce labor costs, increase efficiencies, all while still enhancing the customer shopping experience. Admittedly, as retailers, we're not quite ready for that growth. So who's in the game now? Companies like Amazon, Walmart, and Alibaba have already started taking the necessary steps to poise and position themselves for the growth that's headed our way. In a recent article posted by Business Insider, it tells us that Walmart is taking no less than 10 of its recently closed Sam's Club locations and transitioning them into urban micro-fulfillment centers in order to prepare themselves. And Amazon is taking the larger formatted Whole Foods locations that can double as both a grocery store and an e-commerce fulfillment center. And Alibaba is buying more property in the UK in order to build automated micro-fulfillment centers to prepare themselves for the growth that's headed their way. Pressure coming from e-commerce growth like this that is driving the need for our industry to be competitive and stay profitable. It's driving the need for us to invest in the technological solutions of the future and to invest in them now. Solutions like our suggestion of an automated micro-fulfillment center located in your very own back room. Other companies are already taking the necessary steps to position themselves. We don't want to be left behind. We've prepared a short video for you highlighting some of the capabilities of our solution of an automated micro-fulfillment center.
Are you guys hungry?
Yup. Let's get groceries. Groceries. Pizza. Groceries. Groceries.
Whichever gets here faster.
Thank you.
So what's the answer to the growth that's headed our way? The answer is an automated micro-fulfillment center. Our design offers many capabilities, including starting from a 5,000 square foot model and moving up depending on your company's needs. It can be fully installed in as little as 2 to 3 months. Being centrally located within your network of stores allows for increased efficiencies and and extended customer reach. Our vertical design allows for 4 times inventory capacity. Our multi-directional automated high-speed bots have the capability of picking up to 1,000 orders a day. Now I'd like to turn it over to Mariah to discuss the cost, how it all works, and some of the fantastic benefits that I know you're all going to want to be a part of.
So what is the investment? This investment costs $2.9 million. After speaking with multiple industry experts, an automated micro-fulfillment center has an estimated cost of $580 per square foot. This investment will also include an AI inventory management software, advanced robotics, racking, and a picking terminal. The initial investment will also include installation and maintenance. The AI inventory management system will be able to forecast ordering needs to ensure all items are available for our customers' online purchases, reducing the chance of out-of-stocks, and also making sure we have the right inventory on hand at the right time. The advanced robotics will be the moving parts to this micro-fulfillment center. They'll store and retrieve the product in the vertical racking space available. And the last piece, the picking terminal station that all orders will be assembled for our customers. So what does the new business model look like? Currently, our retail stores business model, stores receive product from distribution centers located outside of urban areas. What the new business model will look like is automated micro-fulfillment centers will be strategically placed in central locations, stores' existing back rooms. With our example, we've selected 3 stores to be equipped with automated micro-fulfillment centers, covering surrounding areas so online orders can be fulfilled and delivered in record timing. With this technology, it'll improve sales and growth with the changing demand in e-commerce. So how does this work in our stores? After a store is selected with an automated micro-fulfillment center, product will arrive to be processed into inventory. Through robotics, the inbound inventory will be depalletized and separated by cases and assigned to totes. The loaded totes will then be slotted in the location in the vertical racking space by the use of bots. And as online orders come in, the picking process begins. The bots will then retrieve the product, bringing it to the terminal location where the orders are being assembled and processed to be delivered to our customers. And the best part, what are the benefits to gain here? With this technology, it'll be at the cutting edge of the changing demand in e-commerce that will not only put you in the game, it'll put us in the all-stars. The AI inventory management system will be forecasting the ordering needs to make sure that all items are on hand for our customers, increasing our customer satisfaction. And all of this happening behind the scenes, because right now we have pickers out on the sales floor alongside of our shoppers who are trying to shop to get that in-store customer shopping experience. So as demand grows, how many pickers do you want on the sales floor in the way of our customers trying to shop? We want to enhance the customer shopping experience in our retail stores, not take away from it. And we also will be able to improve fulfillment costs and picking efficiencies. In our analysis, the industry average to pick an online grocery order takes an hour per order. With this technology, we will take that hour spent now and bring it down to a minute and a half. And when we improve our picking efficiencies, we also improve our operational costs. With an automated micro-fulfillment center, you will have a 90% reduction cost savings with our estimate to fill 1,000 orders per day. So have you piqued your interest yet? I'll now turn it over to Mike for our overview and a few more added reasons why we need to invest.
The grocery industries went through several different changes with technology in the last 30 years, but not one bigger than what's waiting at your back door today. And what's waiting at your back door today is e-commerce fulfillment. The shift in the use of technology from the customer to the retailer is creating a revolution that's disrupting the entire grocery industry. Now, you heard Natalie reference the seismic change in online grocery dollars, from $14 billion in 2017 to $30 billion by 2021. Now, take a moment to think about that. $30 billion in just 3 short years. Currently, as we stand here today, there are very few retailers that have the business model or the framework to sustain that type of e-commerce growth. Mariah talked about the investment costs of a micro-fulfillment center. Prior to 5 years ago, the barriers to entry into automation were very high. Since then, costs have come down, the technology has improved, making more industries like grocery able to adopt the technology. Real estate prices continue to rise in urban, densely populated areas, but there's a competitive advantage in this room. Retailers already own and operate buildings in these areas. Our ask is to repurpose backroom space in one of those centrally located buildings to install a micro-automated fulfillment center. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't review the top 3 competitive advantages of what a micro-fulfillment center brings. First is the inventory capacity, the ability to hold 4 times the amount of inventory in that same floor plan than it did in the past. And how do we do this? By utilizing space vertically from floor to ceiling. Second is the inventory management system, the ability to manage your inventory from end to end. And then lastly is just the sheer speed of what this system can pick, up to 1,000 orders per day. Now, we understand the vast majority of your customers will still enjoy the experience of shopping in your stores. Our purpose here today is to give you the awareness that your shoppers' behaviors and demands are changing. Demands for high-quality groceries given to them at a very rapid pace. The technology sector of the grocery industry is one of the most important areas to focus on cost reductions, efficiencies, and customer service, both online and in-store. Our ask for you today is to invest $2.9 million to get your first micro-fulfillment center up and running. This will give you the business model to a competitive advantage of the future with room for growth as your e-commerce needs grow. E-commerce in grocery is no longer a test. It's here. Customers are slowly beginning to have trust and confidence that their local grocery store can meet their fulfillment needs through the omni-channel. Now, trust and confidence take a long time to build with customers, but it also takes an investment to sustain that trust and confidence. So, are you willing to invest in your future? We'll leave you with one last quote from Sheryl Sandberg that says, "We cannot change what we're not aware of, and once we are aware, we cannot help but change." We are Team Automation Evolution, and we thank you for your time this afternoon, and now we'd like to open it up for any questions.
Hey, great job, team. First of all, thank you for letting me know that as a baby boomer, I'm now irrelevant. Appreciate that. I haven't even retired yet, and I'm irrelevant, so thank you. So in your business model, the first thing that comes to my question is, what does your item assortment look like in this model?
So there's a capability of fresh. Right now, it's just center store. So the 5,000 square foot model that we talked about is just center store.
How many items do you think you would get in a 5,000 square foot model?
I don't know exactly the total amount, but it would be the same amount that would be in a back room. So it would be upwards of, I'd have to look though.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Good job.
I'm not going to guess that. Cool.